Hey guys, tonight we explore a divine financial miracle that could change your life forever. Imagine waking up tomorrow and realizing that everything you once thought impossible is now within reach. A divine wealth transformation, ordained by God, is about to happen in your life. What will you do with such a blessing? Tonight, we dive deep into how aligning yourself with divine timing and faith can unlock your financial destiny. Before we begin, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you truly believe in the power of these messages. Let me know where you're tuning in from and what time it is. I'm curious to know. Now, dim the lights, settle in, and let's embark on tonight's journey of transformation together. You've arrived at this moment not by accident, but by divine appointment. There's something stirring within your spirit right now, isn't there? A gentle knowing that your financial story is about to take a dramatic turn. You've been carrying this quiet hope, this persistent whisper in your heart that says, better days are coming. Tonight, that whisper becomes a roar of divine confirmation. I want you to feel into this truth. Your sacred financial awakening begins right here, right now. Not tomorrow when you feel more prepared, not next week when circumstances seem more favorable. This very moment is pregnant with possibility, heavy with the promise of transformation that heaven has been preparing specifically for you. You see, there's been a divine conversation happening about your life. While you've been struggling, worrying, and wondering how you'll ever break through those financial barriers, the universe has been orchestrating something magnificent behind the scenes. Every closed door, every disappointment, every moment when you thought nothing would ever change, all of it has been leading to this sacred awakening. Think about the last time you felt truly hopeful about your financial future. Remember that spark of possibility that lit up your heart? That wasn't just wishful thinking. That was your spirit recognizing the truth of what's coming. Your soul knows something your mind hasn't fully grasped yet. You are being called into a completely new financial reality. But here's what makes this moment so powerful. You're not just hoping for change anymore. You're stepping into active participation with divine abundance. The old version of you might have read these words with skepticism, with that familiar voice saying, "This sounds too good to be true." But something has shifted, hasn't it? There's a part of you that's ready to believe, ready to receive, ready to say yes to possibilities you've never dared embrace before. Your financial awakening isn't just about numbers in a bank account. It's about remembering who you truly are, a beloved child of an infinitely abundant universe. It's about recognizing that scarcity was never your natural state. It's about understanding that you've been living beneath your spiritual inheritance, accepting crumbs when you were meant to feast at the table of divine provision. I need you to pause right here and really feel this truth settling into your being. You are worthy of financial abundance, not because of what you've accomplished or how hard you've worked, but because you exist, because you are here, breathing, hoping, dreaming, because you matter to the heart of creation itself. Tonight marks the end of your old financial story, the story where you were always struggling to catch up, always worried about having enough, always feeling like prosperity was for other people, but not for you. That story ends now. In its place, a new narrative begins, one where you are the beloved recipient of heaven's unlimited generosity. Your awakening requires only one thing from you right now, the willingness to believe that your life can be different, not the knowing, because that will come, not the understanding of how it will happen, because that will unfold, just the simple, beautiful willingness to open your heart to the possibility that everything is about to change. As we move deeper into this journey together, I want you to remember this moment. Remember the feeling of standing at the threshold between your old financial reality and the miraculous new one that awaits. Remember the hope that's awakening in your chest right now, because this feeling, this stirring, this sacred awakening, this is where your transformation begins. Something extraordinary is happening in the invisible realm around your life right now. While you've been focused on the physical world, the bills, the bank statements, the seemingly impossible numbers, heaven has been drawing up a blueprint for your abundance that's so perfect, so precisely tailored to your unique journey that when it begins to manifest, you'll marvel at the divine intelligence behind every detail. This isn't just wishful thinking or spiritual platitudes. This is the actual mechanics of how divine abundance works in your life, right now. As you're listening to these words, there are spiritual forces aligning opportunities, preparing people, and orchestrating circumstances that will become the pathway for your financial transformation. You can't see it yet with your physical eyes, but your spirit is beginning to sense it, isn't it? Heaven's abundance blueprint for your life is unlike anyone else's. It's not a cookie-cutter approach where everyone receives the same type of blessing in the same way. No, your blueprint has been crafted with intimate knowledge of your gifts, your passions, your deepest desires, and even your past struggles. Every financial hardship you've endured has actually been providing information for this divine design. Think about it this way. Every time you've had to stretch, every time you've had to be creative with limited resources, every time you've had to trust when you couldn't see the way forward, you've been developing spiritual muscles that will serve you powerfully in your new financial reality. You haven't been suffering for nothing. You've been in training. The blueprint that's unfolding for you takes into account not just what you need, but what will bring you the deepest fulfillment. It considers not only your material desires, but your soul's purpose. This is why your transformation will feel so right, so aligned, so much like coming home to yourself. Because it's not just about receiving money, it's about stepping into the fullness of who you were created to be. I want you to close your eyes for a moment and feel into this truth. Can you sense the movement happening around your life? It might feel like a gentle stirring, like something is shifting in the atmosphere. That's not your imagination. That's the blueprint activating. That's divine timing clicking into place. Your past financial struggles have not been wasted. Every moment of lack has been creating space for abundance. Every disappointment has been clearing the way for unprecedented blessing. It's like the universe has been excavating your life, removing everything that doesn't serve your highest good, preparing the foundation for something magnificent to be built. And here's what's so beautiful about this process. You don't have to figure out the details. You don't have to strategize and scheme and worry about how it's all going to come together. Your job is simply to align yourself with the blueprint that's already been drawn. Your job is to say yes to the opportunities as they appear, to trust the guidance as it comes, to step forward in faith even when you can't see the entire staircase. The blueprint includes provision for every area of your financial life. It addresses your immediate needs, your long-term security, and your deepest dreams. It makes room for you to be generous, to bless others, to live with the kind of abundance that allows you to focus on your purpose rather than your survival. But here's something crucial. This blueprint requires your participation, not your striving, not your desperate efforting, but your conscious alignment. It's like you're being invited to dance with divine abundance, and you need to learn the steps. The good news is that the music has already started, and your partner, the infinite wisdom of creation itself, is an excellent lead. As this blueprint begins to reveal itself in your life, you'll start to notice synchronicities, The right person will call at exactly the right time. An unexpected opportunity will present itself just when you need it most. Resources will become available that you didn't even know existed. This isn't luck or coincidence. This is the blueprint in action. Your role in this divine design is to remain open, to stay grateful, and to trust the process even when it doesn't look like what you expected. Sometimes abundance comes through the front door in obvious ways. Sometimes it comes through the window in forms you never could have imagined. But it always comes in perfect timing, in perfect measure, in perfect alignment with your highest good. Tonight, as you prepare for sleep, I want you to rest in the knowing that heaven's abundance blueprint for your life is not just a beautiful possibility. It's a reality that's already in motion. Your transformation has begun. There's something I need you to understand about the journey you're on right now. Those heavy feelings you've been carrying, the worry about money, the fear that you'll never have enough, the shame about your financial situation. They're not just emotions. They're actual energetic blocks that have been standing between you and your abundance like walls in a maze, keeping you circling in patterns of limitation when your breakthrough has been waiting just beyond them. But here's the miraculous truth that's unfolding in your life right now. Those walls are dissolving, not through your effort or willpower, but through the pure light of divine love that's flooding your consciousness as you awaken to your true financial destiny. You can actually feel it happening, can't you? That subtle lightness, that sense of old burdens beginning to lift. Think back to the first time you remember feeling afraid about money. Maybe you were a child, overhearing worried conversations between your parents. Maybe you were a young adult, facing your first real financial challenge. In that moment, something crystallized in your consciousness, a belief that money was scarce, that financial security was fragile, that you couldn't trust abundance to stay. That belief became like a seed planted deep in the soil of your subconscious mind. And over the years, every financial disappointment, every struggle, every moment of lack watered that seed until it grew into a massive tree with roots that touched every area of your financial life. But tonight, divine light is reaching those roots, dissolving them with the gentle power of infinite love. You've been carrying stories that were never yours to carry. Stories about not being worthy of wealth, about money being the root of evil, about rich people being somehow less spiritual. Stories about having to struggle to survive, about good things never lasting, about abundance being for other people but not for you. These stories felt so true, so much a part of who you are, that you forgot they were just stories. But as your money blocks dissolve into light, you're remembering something deeper, something more true. You're remembering that you came from abundance. Before you learned to fear lack, before you absorbed limiting beliefs, before you experienced financial struggle, you came from the infinite wealth of creation itself. That's your true nature. That's your spiritual DNA. I want you to breathe deeply right now and imagine those old beliefs as heavy stones you've been carrying in a backpack. One by one, divine light is lifting them away. The belief that you don't deserve wealth, gone. The fear that abundance won't last, dissolved. The shame about your current financial situation, transformed into compassion for yourself and excitement for what's coming. As these blocks dissolve, you might feel emotional. You might feel tears of relief, or gratitude, or even grief for the years you spent believing you weren't worthy of financial blessing. Let those feelings flow. They're part of the healing process. They're part of making room for the abundance that's seeking to flow into your life. What's taking the place of those old blocks is something beautiful, a clear, open channel for divine abundance to flow through you. Imagine your consciousness as a pristine river, no longer dammed up by fear and limitation, free to carry the blessings that have been waiting to reach you. The flow might start as a gentle stream, but as you continue to trust and receive, it will become a mighty river of provision. You know what's so beautiful about this process? You don't have to dig up every limiting belief and analyze it. You don't have to figure out exactly when and how you developed each block. Divine light is intelligent. It knows exactly what needs to be healed and exactly how to heal it. Your job is simply to stay open, to keep breathing, to keep choosing trust over fear. Some of these blocks have been protecting you in their own way. The fear of not having enough motivated you to work hard, to be responsible, to appreciate what you had. But now, as you step into this new financial reality, those old protections are no longer necessary. Divine abundance provides all the security you need, plus the freedom to focus on your true purpose. As your money blocks continue dissolving tonight and in the days to come, you'll notice changes in how you think about money, how you feel in your body when you consider your financial future, how you respond to opportunities. Where there used to be contraction and fear, there will be expansion and excitement. Where there used to be doubt, there will be knowing. This is the sacred work of transformation happening in your life right now. Your very relationship with abundance is being healed, renewed, elevated to match the truth of who you are, a beloved child of an infinitely generous universe. Can you feel it? There's a shift happening in the atmosphere around your life right now. It's subtle but unmistakable, like the moment just before dawn when darkness begins to give way to light. Divine doors that have been sealed shut are beginning to creak open, and behind each one waits an opportunity so perfectly aligned with your needs and desires that you'll know without question it came from heaven itself. These aren't ordinary doors, and these aren't ordinary opportunities. These are sacred portals that have been held in reserve for this exact moment in your journey. While you've been struggling to force open doors that weren't meant for you, battering yourself against obstacles that seemed immovable, the universe has been preparing entrances that will swing open at your gentlest touch. I need you to understand something profound about how divine timing works in your financial life. Every closed door you've encountered, every rejection you've faced, every opportunity that seemed to slip through your fingers, none of it was punishment or bad luck. It was divine protection, keeping you from settling for less than the magnificent abundance that was being prepared for you. Think about it this way. You've been like someone standing in front of a massive vault, trying every key you could find, growing more frustrated with each failed attempt. But the vault wasn't locked because you didn't have the right key. It was sealed because it wasn't the right time. The contents inside, your true financial blessings, needed more time to multiply, to mature, to reach the perfect moment for release. That moment is now. The cosmic tumblers are falling into place. The divine combination that unlocks your abundance is clicking into position, and when these doors open, the opportunities that flow through will be so abundant, so perfectly matched to your gifts and circumstances, that you'll wonder how you ever doubted that the universe was conspiring in your favor. Some of these doors will open in ways you expect. That job opportunity you've been hoping for might suddenly materialize. The client you've been trying to reach might finally call back. The investment you've been considering might suddenly make perfect sense. But other doors will open in ways that will surprise and delight you. Maybe it's a conversation with a stranger that leads to an unexpected collaboration. Maybe it's an idea that comes to you in the shower that becomes the foundation for a new income stream. Maybe it's a skill you didn't even know you possessed that someone desperately needs and is willing to pay handsomely for. Divine doors don't always look like the ones you've been watching. And here's what's so beautiful about this process. You don't have to knock down these doors. You don't have to manipulate or force or scheme your way through them. As you align yourself with divine timing, as you trust the process that's unfolding in your life, these doors recognize you. They open for you because you belong on the other side of them. I want you to imagine yourself walking down a long hallway lined with doors on both sides. Some are ornate and golden, others are simple and wooden, still others appear to be made of pure light. Each door leads to a different aspect of your financial transformation. And as you walk, not rushing, not anxious, but with peaceful confidence, you hear the sound of locks clicking open one by one. Behind one door might be the perfect business opportunity that allows you to monetize your passion. Behind another might be the unexpected inheritance or gift that provides immediate relief. Behind yet another might be the connection with someone who becomes a lifelong financial mentor and friend. The doors are countless, and they're all meant for you. But here's something crucial. When these doors open, you have to be willing to walk through them. Fear might whisper that it's too good to be true, that you're not qualified, that you should wait for a better opportunity. But divine doors don't stay open forever. They open in perfect timing, and they require faith-filled action to fully activate the blessings they contain. As these opportunities begin presenting themselves in your life, you'll develop a new sense of spiritual discernment. You'll be able to feel which doors are truly divine and which are distractions. The right opportunities will resonate in your spirit with a quality of peace and excitement that's unmistakable. Tonight, as you rest, I want you to expect doors to begin opening in your life. Not just hope for them, but expect them, because expectation is the key that fits every divine door. When you expect good things, when you anticipate blessings, when you live in the knowing that abundance is your birthright, you create the perfect conditions for unexpected prosperity to find you. Your season of closed doors is ending. Your season of divine opportunity is beginning. Get ready to walk through doorways you never even knew existed into the abundant life that's been waiting for you all along. There's a sacred moment in every transformation when you must choose between the familiar darkness of doubt and the brilliant light of faith. You're standing in that moment right now. Everything we've explored together tonight, your awakening, heaven's blueprint, the dissolving of old blocks, the opening of divine doors, all of it comes down to this. Will you activate the power of your faith to release miraculous financial flow into your life? Faith isn't just believing in something you can't see. Faith is the actual substance from which your new financial reality will be formed. It's the invisible force that reaches into the realm of infinite possibility and draws specific blessings into your physical experience. When you truly activate your faith, you don't just hope for abundance, you become a magnet for it. Right now, I can sense something shifting in your energy field. There's a quickening happening in your spirit, isn't there? It's like your soul is waking up from a long sleep, remembering its power, remembering its connection to the source of all abundance. This isn't just emotional excitement. This is spiritual activation. This is your faith coming alive. Think about water flowing through a garden hose. When the hose is kinked and twisted, only a trickle can get through. But when those kinks are straightened out, water rushes through with unstoppable force. Your faith is like that hose, and every doubt, every fear, every limiting belief has been a kink restricting the flow of abundance into your life. But as your faith activates, those kinks are being smoothed away, and divine provision is beginning to rush toward you with miraculous speed. I want you to feel what's happening in your body right now as you contemplate this truth. There's probably a warmth spreading through your chest, a lightness in your breathing, maybe even a tingling sensation in your hands. That's not just emotional response. That's the physical manifestation of spiritual energy aligning with divine abundance. Your very cells are preparing to receive blessings beyond your current imagination. Your faith is activating on multiple levels simultaneously. On the mental level, you're beginning to think thoughts you've never allowed yourself to think before. Thoughts like, I deserve abundance, and money flows to me easily, and I am worthy of financial miracles. These aren't just affirmations. They're declarations of truth that your spirit has always known, but your mind is just now accepting. On the emotional level, you're feeling things you haven't felt in years. Hope without anxiety, excitement without desperation, peace about your financial future even though the circumstances haven't fully changed yet. This emotional shift is crucial because your emotions are the broadcasting system that sends signals into the universe about what you're ready to receive. On the spiritual level, something even more profound is happening. Your consciousness is expanding to match the frequency of abundance itself. You're beginning to vibrate at the same rate as wealth, prosperity, and financial freedom. And the universal law of attraction is responding by drawing experiences that match this new vibration into your life. But here's what makes this moment so powerful. Your faith isn't passive. It's not just sitting back and hoping things will work out. Your activated faith is dynamic, creative, expectant. It's already seeing your abundant future as accomplished fact. It's already celebrating victories that haven't manifested yet because it knows they're inevitable. I need you to understand something about the miraculous financial flow that your faith is activating. This isn't just about more money coming into your life, though it absolutely includes that. This is about money flowing to you in ways that feel effortless, joyful, and aligned with your highest purpose. This is about abundance that enhances not just your bank account, but your peace of mind, your relationships, and your ability to serve others. Your faith is creating what I call miracles of perfect timing. That check will arrive exactly when you need it most. That opportunity will present itself precisely when you're ready to receive it. That breakthrough will happen at the moment when it will have maximum positive impact on your life. This isn't coincidence. This is faith-activated divine coordination. As your faith continues to strengthen and activate, you'll notice that your relationship with money begins to change completely. Where you used to feel stress, you'll feel trust. Where you used to experience scarcity, you'll encounter abundance. Where you used to see obstacles, you'll recognize opportunities. Your faith is literally rewiring your perception of financial reality. Tonight, as you prepare for sleep, I want you to rest in the absolute knowing that your faith has activated miraculous financial flow in your life. Feel it in your bones. Know it in your spirit. Trust it with your whole heart. Because faith activated is abundance guaranteed. Now comes the beautiful dance between heaven and earth, between divine provision and inspired action. Your faith has activated the miraculous flow. The doors are opening. The blocks are dissolving. But there's one more essential element in your transformation. The sacred steps you're being called to take that will anchor this abundance into your physical reality. These aren't the desperate, striving actions you might have taken in the past when you were trying to force financial breakthrough through sheer willpower. These sacred steps are different. They arise from a place of inner knowing rather than outer pressure. They feel aligned rather than anxious. They energize you rather than drain you. They're the physical expression of your spiritual awakening. Right now, as you're listening to these words, divine intelligence is downloading into your consciousness the specific actions that will transform your financial reality. You might not consciously recognize them yet, but your spirit is receiving detailed instructions about what to do, when to do it, and how to do it in perfect alignment with heaven's timing. Some of these sacred steps will be obvious and practical. You might feel called to update your resume, to research a new investment opportunity, to have a conversation with someone about a business idea that's been stirring in your heart. These actions might seem ordinary on the surface, but when they're divinely inspired and perfectly timed, they become portals for miraculous provision. Other sacred steps will be more internal and spiritual. You might be guided to spend more time in gratitude, visualizing your abundant future, or simply sitting in the peaceful knowing that your financial transformation is already complete in the spiritual realm. These inner actions are just as important as the outer ones because they maintain your alignment with the abundance frequency. I want you to pay attention to the subtle guidance that's already beginning to flow through your consciousness. It might come as a gentle nudge to check your email, where you'll find an opportunity you've been waiting for. It might be an impulse to call someone you haven't spoken to in months, leading to a conversation that changes everything. It might be a sudden knowing about which direction to take your career or your business. This divine guidance isn't loud or pushy. It doesn't come with anxiety or urgency. It whispers rather than shouts. It suggests rather than demands. It feels like the most natural thing in the world to do, even when it might seem illogical to your analytical mind. Learning to recognize and follow this guidance is one of the most important sacred steps you'll take. Here's something beautiful about these divinely inspired actions. They're perfectly calibrated to your unique gifts, circumstances, and timing. The sacred step that's right for you might be completely different from what would be right for someone else. This isn't a one-size-fits-all formula. This is a personalized divine strategy designed specifically for your transformation. As you begin taking these sacred steps, you'll notice something remarkable happening. Doors that seemed permanently locked will swing open at your approach. Resources that were hidden will become visible. People who can help you will appear at exactly the right moments. It's as if the entire universe is reorganizing itself to support your success. But here's what's crucial. These sacred steps require courage, not the courage of desperation, but the courage of faith, the courage to act on divine guidance even when you can't see the complete picture, the courage to invest in yourself and your dreams even when your current circumstances suggest scarcity, the courage to believe that your actions, aligned with divine timing, can create miraculous results. Some of these steps might stretch you beyond your comfort zone. You might be called to have conversations you've been avoiding, to pursue opportunities that feel bigger than anything you've attempted before, to release control over outcomes and trust the divine process completely. But every stretch, every risk taken in faith, every step beyond familiar territory is expanding your capacity to receive greater abundance. I need you to understand that these sacred steps aren't separate from your spiritual journey. They are your spiritual journey. Every inspired action you take is an act of worship, a declaration of trust in divine provision, a physical expression of your faith. When you align your actions with heaven's guidance, you become a co-creator with the universe itself. Tonight, as you rest, ask for clarity about the next sacred step you're meant to take. Don't worry about seeing the entire staircase. Just ask for the next step. Trust that divine intelligence knows exactly how to guide you from where you are to where you're meant to be. And when that guidance comes, have the beautiful courage to follow it. Your transformation requires both divine intervention and inspired participation. Heaven is doing its part. Now it's time for you to joyfully, faithfully, courageously do yours. Something extraordinary is happening to your mind right now. As you've been journeying through this transformation with me tonight, your entire relationship with prosperity has been shifting from the inside out. You're no longer thinking like someone who struggles with money. You're beginning to think like someone who naturally attracts and receives abundance. This isn't just positive thinking. This is the emergence of your divine prosperity consciousness. Your prosperity mindset is elevating to match the frequency of heaven itself. It's like your mental and emotional patterns are being rewired by divine intelligence, replacing old programs of limitation with new algorithms of abundance. You can actually feel it happening, can't you? That sense of expansion in your thinking, that growing confidence about your financial future, that peaceful knowing that everything is working out for your highest good. In this elevated state of consciousness, you no longer see money as something external that you have to chase or struggle for. You understand now that abundance is your natural state, and money is simply one of the many ways that abundance expresses itself in your life. You're beginning to realize that you don't just have money, you are abundance itself. Temporarily focused into human form, this shift in consciousness changes everything about how you show up in the world. When you walk into a room, you carry the energy of someone who knows their worth. When you have conversations about opportunities, you speak from a place of confidence rather than desperation. When you make financial decisions, you're guided by wisdom rather than fear. People around you are beginning to notice something different about your energy. They might not be able to put their finger on exactly what it is, but they sense that you've changed. There's a new magnetism about you, a quality of presence that draws opportunities and resources like metal filings to a magnet. This is your prosperity consciousness making itself known in the physical world. Your elevated mindset naturally generates thoughts that align with abundance. Instead of worrying about not having enough, you find yourself wondering what beautiful things you'll do with the wealth that's coming. Instead of focusing on problems, you're spotting solutions everywhere you look. Instead of feeling envious of others' success, you're celebrating it as proof of what's possible for you too. But here's what makes this transformation so profound. Your prosperity consciousness isn't just about accumulating wealth for yourself. It's about becoming a conduit for divine abundance to flow through you to bless others. You're developing what I call generosity consciousness, the understanding that the more you receive, the more you have to give, and the more you give, the more channels you create for even greater abundance to flow to you. In this elevated state of mind, you're beginning to see opportunities everywhere. That conversation with a neighbor might lead to a business partnership. That skill you've been developing as a hobby might become a profitable venture. That problem you keep encountering in your daily life might be the foundation for an innovation that generates wealth while serving others. Your prosperity consciousness is also teaching you the art of divine timing. You're learning to distinguish between opportunities that are ripe for harvest and seeds that need more time to grow. You're developing patience with the process while maintaining excitement about the outcome. You're understanding that sometimes the greatest abundance comes not from pushing harder, but from trusting deeper. This mindset elevation is creating what I call abundance expectancy in your life. You're not just hoping good things will happen, you're expecting them. You wake up each morning wondering what beautiful surprises the universe has prepared for you. You go to sleep each night grateful for blessings received and excited about blessings coming. As your prosperity consciousness continues to elevate, you'll notice that your definition of wealth itself is expanding. It's not just about the numbers in your bank account, though those will certainly increase. It's about richness in every area of your life. Rich relationships, rich experiences, rich opportunities to make a difference in the world. Your elevated mindset is also developing what spiritual teachers call divine detachment. You're learning to hold your desires lightly, to be passionate about your dreams without being desperate about outcomes. This paradoxical state of engaged non-attachment actually accelerates the manifestation of your abundance because it removes the energetic resistance that desperation creates. Tonight, as you prepare to rest in this elevated consciousness, I want you to appreciate how far you've traveled. You began this journey thinking like someone who struggled with money. You're ending it thinking like someone who naturally receives abundance. This shift in consciousness is the foundation upon which all your external financial transformation will be built. Feel into this new version of yourself. Notice how different it feels to think these abundant thoughts, to carry this prosperous energy, to anticipate financial miracles as naturally as you expect the sun to rise. This is who you really are. This is who you've always been beneath the layers of limiting beliefs. Welcome home to your divine prosperity consciousness. We've reached the sacred completion of your transformation journey tonight, and something magnificent has crystallized within your being. What began as hope has become knowing. What started as possibility has become reality. The eternal wealth consciousness that is your divine birthright has awakened fully, and it will never sleep again. This isn't just a temporary shift in your thinking. This has become the very essence of who you are. Feel into the profound stillness that's settling over your spirit right now. This isn't the emptiness of lack. This is the fullness of completion. You are no longer someone who struggles with money, someone who worries about financial security, someone who feels separate from abundance. You have become someone who naturally, effortlessly, joyfully receives the unlimited wealth of creation itself. This eternal wealth consciousness isn't dependent on external circumstances. It doesn't fluctuate with market conditions or economic uncertainty. It doesn't diminish when bills arrive or increase when checks come in. It is a constant, unshakable knowing that you are connected to the infinite source of all provision, and that source never runs dry, never fails, never forgets about you. In this elevated state of being, you understand that wealth isn't something you acquire, it's something you express. You don't become wealthy by accumulating things outside yourself. You reveal the wealth that has always existed within you. Every dollar that flows into your life is simply the physical manifestation of the abundance that is your true spiritual nature. Your eternal wealth consciousness has taught you the secret that eludes so many. Money is not the root of happiness, but joy is the root of money. When you live from this place of inner abundance, when you maintain this frequency of gratitude and celebration, the universe cannot help but mirror that energy back to you in the form of material prosperity. Tonight, as you integrate this transformation, you might feel almost overwhelmed by the magnitude of what has shifted. The person who began listening to these words seems like a distant memory. That version of you was beautiful and necessary. They brought you to this moment of awakening, but they no longer exist. In their place stands someone magnificent, someone radiant with the light of divine abundance. This new version of you moves through the world with a different quality of presence. You speak with the authority of someone who knows their worth. You make decisions from a place of abundance rather than scarcity. You give generously because you understand that generosity creates the very channels through which greater abundance flows to you. Your eternal wealth consciousness has also gifted you with profound peace about your financial future. You no longer lie awake at night worrying about money because you know, with absolute certainty, that your needs are always met by infinite intelligence that loves you beyond measure. This peace is perhaps the greatest wealth of all, the ability to rest in trust, to sleep in faith, to wake each morning knowing that you are held in the arms of divine provision. As days and weeks unfold ahead of you, this consciousness will continue to deepen and expand. You'll discover new layers of abundance, new expressions of prosperity, new ways that wealth seeks to flow through your life. Each experience will confirm what you know tonight. You are not separate from abundance. You are abundance itself, expressing in human form. The miracles that begin manifesting in your financial life will come as natural confirmations of this inner truth rather than shocking surprises. When unexpected money appears, you'll smile with recognition. When perfect opportunities present themselves, you'll accept them with grace. When your income multiplies, you'll receive it as the logical extension of your consciousness. Your eternal wealth consciousness has become your permanent spiritual inheritance. It cannot be taken from you by changing circumstances. It cannot be diminished by the opinions of others. It cannot be lost through any external condition because it lives in the unchanging core of your being, where you are forever connected to the source of all abundance. As we prepare to close this sacred journey together, breathe deeply into this knowing. Let it settle into every cell of your body, every corner of your mind, every chamber of your heart. You have not just learned about abundance tonight. You have become abundance. You have not just attracted wealth. You have remembered that you are wealth itself. Rest now in the gentle certainty that your transformation is complete and your abundant life has begun. The universe celebrates your awakening. Heaven rejoices in your remembering, and infinite abundance flows toward you now with the inevitability of rivers flowing to the sea. This is your nature. This is your truth. This is your eternal wealth consciousness, awakened and alive forevermore. Sweet dreams, beloved child of abundance. Your wealthy life awaits your awakening.